I'll be back.
So you have chosen death.
Imagine a world where you can become the protagonist of your favourite movie or TV show.
They're coming.
Instead of using streaming services to watch a movie, what if you could be able to participate in the storyline and play the role of the main character? If technological growth continues at its current rate, it's easy to imagine that one day, not that far into the future, we will be able to fully immerse ourselves in just about any virtual world we would like. In 2018, the global box office for the film industry was worth $41.7 billion, while the revenue of the gaming industry in the US alone generated a record $43.4 billion in 2018. However, when including box office and home entertainment revenue, the global film industry was worth $136 billion. But already, job security in acting has hit a whole new level of difficulty when the cost of CGI is lower than the cost of hiring professional actors.
We've heard word of rumors circulating through the city.
Fortunately for actors, computer-generated imagery is still in the uncanny valley. But as this technology advances, with the integration of artificial intelligence, one of the first white-collar job casualties may be the profession of acting. One might argue about the ethical implications of living in such a world, but production companies will be financially incentivized to produce digital art without having their budget cut a huge paycheck to their human superstars. Instead, they will be able to use AI that never needs a break, works 24 hours a day, and does all its stunts inside a computer simulation. Arguing that this is far into the future is not compelling as the growth of information technology continues. We are not hardwired to grasp exponential growth, thus we tend to spend our time making non-sequitur arguments about this issue. But we ought to spend our time trying to improve the system so that the economic repercussions are not grave for certain occupations, like acting. Obviously, enormous changes like this would not happen overnight, and certainly actors are getting paid for their gigs in the gaming industry as well.
There's nowhere you can hide, Spartan.
It's reasonable to expect that this will only increase in the future as demand for higher quality of gaming graphics is fueling the growth of the industry.
Can you kill something that big?
In May 2020, Epic Games, the American video game and software developer and publisher, revealed their latest game engine called Unreal Engine 5, which supports all existing systems including the next-gen consoles, PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X. The goal of Unreal Engine 5 was to make it as easy as possible for developers to create detailed game worlds without having to spend excessive time on creating new detailed assets, allowing the engine to take care of these problems. It's simply breathtaking when you realise the progression of in-game graphics went from this to this. And it will get only better. If technological growth and innovation continues, it stands to reason the time it takes to go from the graphics shown on Unreal Engine 5 to indistinguishable from reality graphics is far less than it took to go from the 1972 Pong game to the Unreal Engine 5 demo.
It's time to see what's next.
Of course, right now, video games have the edge over VR when it comes to graphics and market value. But as far as virtual reality is concerned, graphics are only one component to achieve a full, in-depth, immersive experience. While it's true that we are primarily visual creatures, our other senses will have to be included as well, in order to emulate just about any real experience we can possibly have. The next big thing in VR, software and hardware developers need to conquer, besides audio-visual, is the sense of touch. There are countless virtual reality-based companies focusing on developing sophisticated tactile technology with a variety of solutions, such as Avatar VR, Hi-Fi VR Glove, VR Free, HaptX, Dexter Robotics with their Dexmo Haptic Force Feedback Glove, etc. VR games like Lone Echo 2,
Your systems are failing.
Undead Citadel, Medal of Honor, Half-Life Alyx, etc. are expected to push the VR market forward. When the official gameplay trailer for Star Wars Squadron came out, people outside the VR community started to see the potential the virtual world has to offer. But as good as these games may look today, in 2025, we will most likely look back and wonder why we were impressed by them. It's fascinating how fast we adopt a dismissive attitude towards older technology once it gets replaced with a new, better one. However, being mindful of this bias, even if haptic feedback and VR graphics are polished by tomorrow, the VR experience still has a major obstacle to overcome: locomotion. Some people feel motion sickness when using common locomotion methods, such as joystick walking or even teleportation, which is by far, according to most users of VR, the worst way to move around from place to place in virtual reality. To get closer to a place like the Oasis in the movie Ready Player One, we need to solve this problem. One solution, just like in the movie, is to make use of omnidirectional treadmills. Cat VR, the China-based VR tech company, came up with a customer-centered VR treadmill called Catwalk C. The $100,000 crowdfunding campaign goal was reached within 3 minutes and surpassed $1 million in less than a day.
Presenting Catwalk C, your first personal VR treadmill.
The personal VR treadmill offers a range of motion such as running, moving backwards, strafing, crouching, etc. Who would have thought that gameplay, for once, would help you fight obesity instead of intensifying it? A 2025 version of VR graphics, haptic feedback gloves, full VR bodysuit such as the Tesla suit, and an omnidirectional VR treadmill like Catwalk C will make the virtual experience become as close to a sci-fi movie as we can imagine. But first, the pricing of all these features has to go down, and that's when VR will eventually become mainstream, which is to say, owning a VR headset and all the rest becomes as casual as owning a cell phone. By 2025, the virtual reality industry is predicted to reach close to $88 billion. Although the entertainment business, such as the gaming industry, is a major component driving the VR market and technology forward, it's certainly not the only one. Education will also play a key role in propelling virtual reality to its full potential. As VR tech improves, just like the gaming industry may subsume the film industry, seemingly non-related fields may start to converge. Imagine for your school or university assignment, you have to learn about ancient Egypt and how the pyramids were built. You put your VR headset on and you go back in time. You learn, and you're entertained at the same time. Schoolwork may never feel boring ever again. You can learn about history, science, and even art through the virtual world. Work offices may become obsolete. Working remotely is an ever-growing trend in the 21st century global economy. In the distant future, even jobs that require physical presence may be performed through a VR gear operating a robot connected to the employer's network. As AI self-driving vehicles start to become the norm, the time for a car or aeroplane can be used much more productively with VR. Basically, every relevant field in our lives will be improved and transformed through virtual reality technology. Today there are many tech giants involved in VR, such as Sony, Facebook, Microsoft, Samsung, etc. The list is only expected to grow. Apple will also eventually leave its mark in the VR business, literally. But today, Sony is still at the top with about 37% of the total shipments. In June 2020, they revealed the PlayStation 5 console. If they announce a release of a PS VR2 headset, they are expected to remain the lead VR vendor. As the competition between these companies fuels the VR industry, the evolution of virtual reality headsets will also accelerate. Today it might seem the future of VR will be shaped by standalone VR headsets, which are wireless virtual reality headsets that don't require a PC or a smartphone to deliver a VR experience. The headsets, as made popular by releases such as the Oculus Go, include built-in processors, GPU, sensors, battery, memory, and more. But the improvement of 5G technology will enable data processing with close to zero latency on a cloud-based system, meaning the VR headset won't need built-in processors to offer a virtual experience. A 5G fast internet connection will enable data processing on the cloud, which will possibly morph the shape of the VR headset ever so closely to a lens. Then we will behold the link between AR and VR into XR, but extended reality is a topic that deserves a video of its own. Thanks for watching.